Greetings, my friends. Today is day 29, and it was the 16th day of the Kambo. I mean, obviously this is not gonna stay like that. This is still with all the scabs, I think they called on. But yes, I've had a really easy Kambo today. I moved back to the right side to following some kind of intuition around, in a way, I guess, like, strengthening the male side. The right side is the male side, the mental side. Strengthening the male side from a different perspective, because I think, I have been so deeply immersed in patriarchal programming that I was honestly under the impression that my male side is very overdeveloped, and in some ways, of course, it was, and in other ways, as overdeveloped as it was also, let's say, falling into the traps in which a patriarchally shaped masculinity has been trapping most of this world, most men, not just men, like most people, meaning that, this kind of like masculinity is actual strength. And I think for me that requires a bit of a gentle, yes, firm correction. So I realized that my male side basically needs as much healing as my female side. So I moved back to the right side. I started straight away with 12 dots, which was obviously, I'm really kind of on a physical level quite clean, and my facilitator actually, recommended that, having witnessed me now over the last 15 days. So this was my 16th session, and also because we started with 10 dots. Always, like, when you move to another place, you ideally, like, start at the kind of like bottom, and then you bring it up, like, 1 dot per session for each of the 3 sessions. So we started off with 10 dots, and I wasn't even like feeling I wasn't really, I was, of course, feeling much, but I wasn't like sick. So he decided I was gonna have more, and it worked. But I still wasn't puking. So that was a very interesting Kambo, because I had for the first time a little totem animal that was actually in the puking bucket, crawling up to me and saying hello. And first I thought it was a little ant, and then I realized it was a spider. Yes, weaving the web of life for me and reminding me that everything is indeed connected, and that it's, in a way, it's just maybe even in some ways part of my old life, to keep separating my male side and my female side, and body and the mind, and spirit, and there the emotions, and when everything is just in a way one. But on the other hand, this whole separation consciousness has just affected everything, and I do believe on a conceptual level, as long as we still kind of affected by it, for clearing purposes, referencing like different parts, it makes sense to me, but it was a good reminder to keep reminding myself to really move beyond this and start seeing myself as a whole unit, as a whole blossoming spirit that has incarnated into this magnificent vehicle. Yeah, so my energy levels are quite high. I've really recovered ever since this this energetic parasite, ever since I removed that in my dreamscape. I think it was now 5 days ago. I feel such a profound healing settling in on so many levels. I mean, I can see my perspective has shifted literally like everywhere. And yeah, I kind of like, I was like playing with certain things, toying with certain ideas and life changes, and now I'm moving. I can see myself getting very real about a lot of things that, yeah, they were waving at me, they were inviting me, and I was, having some experiments with it, let's say, for example, around raw food. But it was always like, I remember, I think it was around 5-6 years ago when I was on this raw food period, and it was all so serious and, and very kind of overly, there was this punitive aspect sneaking in through all the dogmatic rigid doors, and basically saying this is what you have to do and this is what you have to do, and I just can't be bothered anymore. I mean, like, I really feel like, okay, Mona, take it from moment to moment. I don't want to buy into another system, but I could really see how much I feel drawn to a much more healthy diet naturally. And I've had a healthy diet in a way ever since I was opting into becoming a vegetarian. I think it was around, I was like 17, and there was not a single person in my environment who was a vegetarian. And I just, did it. And I've always been kind of being extremely strict around my diet. But as I said, that strictness, that was in a way also making me swing like this mad loopy pendulum to the extreme other side. So this, I feel like, is on its way out, and very organically. So what I did today, I got myself quite a few nice solid tools to help me anchor that. I bought some books. I bought some really good products from Markus Rothkranz, which I think he's really an inspiration. His energy, I love his energy. And I'm about to buy myself a dehydrator, which I had, and I sold it on to a raw food cafe, 6 years ago. And I'm looking at the moment into how to make like all these different kale, and it's kale chips, and it's all obviously really about just experiment, allow yourself to be guided, try things out, try this out, and it feels incredible. That whole rigidity is, I don't know, it's just like feels life actually can be a fun one. Yes, can be fun. Yeah, even that I wasn't like I wasn't even once in these 18 days or 16 days now in the gym. I was like there once for sauna, but I wasn't going there like for my strict daily, physical routines, and it felt good. And I wasn't dying either. World still keeps spinning. Mona's more happy than ever. And I shall return to the more